The pop music world has lost another giant figure. Robin Gibb of the Bee Gees died Sunday after a long battle with cancer.
Now for once in your life, you're alone.
Oh, the intrigue. Few stories captivate music fans like the untold truths behind legendary artists. And today we're diving deep into the life and revelations of Robin Gibb, one-third of the Bee Gees, whose voice and presence defined an era. With a career that spanned decades and an impact that remains unmatched, Robin Gibb's journey wasn't just about chart-topping hits and glittering fame. It was also about struggle, redemption, and the untold truths that shaped the Bee Gees' legacy. For years, fans have speculated about the dynamics within the band, Robin's personal battles, and the deeper meanings behind the music that became the soundtrack to millions of lives. Now, with reflections and revelations brought to light, Robin has addressed the mysteries that fans long suspected but never fully understood. From the challenges of sibling rivalry to the dark side of fame, Robin's words reveal the highs, the lows, and everything in between. So, buckle up, grab your headphones, and let's dive into the life of Robin Gibb, one of music's most enigmatic figures. The Bee Gees, a legacy like no other. The Bee Gees were not just a band, they were an institution, a global phenomenon that redefined the sound and spirit of popular music across decades. Formed in the early 1960s by Robin Barry and Maurice Gibb, the trio evolved from a family act to one of the most successful and enduring groups in music history. With their seamless blend of pop, rock, and later disco, the Bee Gees created a catalog of timeless hits that continue to resonate with audiences today. Songs like Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, and How Deep Is Your Love are more than just chart toppers. They are cultural cornerstones, synonymous with not only the disco era, but also a level of craftsmanship rarely seen in modern music. Robin's voice, in particular, stood out as a defining element of the Bee Gees' unique sound. His haunting vibrato, coupled with an emotional depth that few artists could replicate, gave tracks like I Started a Joke and Massachusetts an ethereal and almost otherworldly quality. While Barry's falsetto often dominated the disco-driven tracks, it was Robin's melancholic tone and poignant delivery that imbued the Bee Gees' ballads with their unforgettable emotional resonance. Fans speculated for years that Robin's deeply personal and introspective performances were often informed by his own life's challenges and struggles. Robin later confirmed this connection, saying, "Music was my therapy. It was the only way I could make sense of what I was feeling." This revelation added another layer of depth to his artistry, as listeners began to understand that his songs were not merely performances. They were heartfelt expressions of his inner world. For Robin, music was more than just a career. It was a lifeline, a means of processing emotions that were too complex or painful to articulate in any other way. His ability to channel this raw vulnerability into his performances set him apart as one of the most compelling voices of his time. Whether delivering soul-stirring lyrics about heartache or joining his brothers in creating joyous harmonies that could fill a dance floor, Robin brought an authenticity to every note he sang, cementing his legacy as a vital part of the Bee Gees' unmatched success. Early beginnings. From boys to legends. Born on the Isle of Man and raised in Manchester, the Gibb brothers' musical journey began in their early years, surrounded by a home rich in musical influence. After moving to Australia in the late 1950s, they quickly found their footing in local talent shows and small venues, drawing attention with their exceptional harmonies, distinct sound, and impressive songwriting. Their blend of pop, rock, and early folk was unique for the time, allowing them to stand out in an era full of emerging musical acts. Their big break came when they returned to the UK in the mid-1960s and secured a record deal that would launch their international career. Early hits like To Love Somebody and New York Mining Disaster, 1941, revealed their ability to craft songs that were not only emotionally deep, but also musically sophisticated, with innovative arrangements and compelling lyrics. Robin's voice, full of raw emotion, became a defining feature of their sound, helping to establish him as the emotional heartbeat of the group. As the Bee Gees' popularity soared, so did the pressures that came with their fame. Their transition into the 1970s and the rise of the disco era marked a new, unprecedented chapter in their career, with massive hits like Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, and How Deep Is Your Love? The Bee Gees became synonymous with the disco movement, dominating the charts and influencing a generation of music lovers. However, their shift in style didn't come without its challenges. Behind the glittering success of their disco hits, the brothers faced creative tensions, personal struggles, and the relentless pace of their meteoric rise. The strain of constant touring, public scrutiny, and the internal pressures of staying relevant in a rapidly changing music industry took a toll on their personal lives. Despite this, their ability to reinvent themselves musically, through both the disco and ballad eras, solidified their place in pop music history. Their incredible longevity in the music world, coupled with their remarkable songwriting skills and unmatched vocal harmonies, allowed them to continue creating timeless hits. Through the years, the Bee Gees faced personal and professional challenges, including the tragic loss of their brother Maurice in 2003, but their bond remained unbreakable. Their resilience and the indelible mark they left on the music industry ensure their legacy will forever resonate with audiences across generations, continuing to inspire new artists and fans alike. The Bee Gees' influence on both pop and disco music is undeniable, with their story serving as a testament to talent, perseverance, and the enduring power of music to transcend time and change. Sibling rivalry, truth behind the rumors. One of the most enduring questions surrounding the Bee Gees was the complicated and often tumultuous sibling dynamic between Robin, Barry, and Maurice. Fans frequently speculated that tensions between Robin and Barry, in particular, were at the heart of the group's struggles, especially during the late 1960s. These tensions reached a breaking point in 1969 when Robin made the shocking decision to leave the Bee Gees, citing creative differences. This unexpected move caused widespread confusion and fueled rumors about deep-seated jealousy and competition between the brothers. For years, the media and fans were quick to attribute Robin's departure to personal egos or unresolved rivalry within the family. However, in later years, Robin opened up about the true nature of the split, offering a more nuanced explanation. "It wasn't about ego or jealousy," he revealed. "We were young, passionate, and sometimes too stubborn to see eye to eye. But it was never about not loving or respecting each other." Robin's words shed light on the fact that the disagreements weren't rooted in animosity, but rather the intensity of their youthful ambitions and the creative pressures of being in such a successful group. Robin's departure from the Bee Gees, while painful for all involved, was short-lived. He returned to the fold just a year later, realizing that the brothers were more powerful together than apart. "We realized we were stronger together than apart," Robin admitted, reflecting on the period of separation. It was clear that their bond as siblings, both personal and musical, was too strong to break. His return marked the beginning of a renewed sense of unity, and the Bee Gees continued to evolve, both in their sound and in their relationships, producing some of their most memorable and influential music in the years that followed. Over time, the brothers learned to navigate their differences with greater understanding and respect. While the early years had been marked by friction, their experiences ultimately solidified their connection. Their bond grew stronger as they matured both personally and professionally. They came to understand that their individual talents complemented one another, and together, they could achieve something extraordinary. This realization laid the foundation for their later success, demonstrating that the power of their sibling relationship transcended any temporary disagreements. Despite the challenges they faced, the Bee Gees' legacy is a testament to the enduring strength of family and the ability to reconcile differences in the pursuit of a shared passion. The disco era and backlash. By the late 1970s, the Bee Gees had become icons of the disco era, largely due to their groundbreaking contributions to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. Songs like Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, and You Should Be Dancing became defining anthems of the time, dominating the charts and turning the Bee Gees into global superstars. Their infectious rhythms, polished production, and signature harmonies made them synonymous with disco, and they were at the forefront of a cultural movement that took over the music scene. Their success was meteoric, and the Bee Gees became the face of the disco revolution. However, as quickly as disco had risen to the top of the charts, a backlash began to simmer in the early 1980s. The Disco Sucks movement, which gained momentum throughout the late 70s, culminated in public protests, radio station burnings of disco records, and a growing disdain for the genre. The Bee Gees, who had come to represent the very essence of disco, found themselves unfairly vilified in the media and by the public. As the genre fell out of favor, the brothers were seen as the poster children for everything that was wrong with disco's commercialized excess. Robin later opened up about the emotional toll this period took on the group, recalling how it felt like their entire world had changed overnight. "We became scapegoats for a genre we didn't create," he said. "It felt like the world turned on us overnight." The Bee Gees, who had once been hailed as musical innovators, were suddenly facing harsh criticism from all corners of the entertainment industry. The backlash was so intense that it almost seemed as if the world had forgotten the immense influence they had on the musical landscape. Despite the harsh criticisms and the public's rejection of disco, the Bee Gees' musical resilience remained unmatched. They continued to write and produce hits, not only for themselves but also for other artists. Their songwriting talents became highly sought after by musicians across genres, and they successfully transitioned into the role of producers for some of the biggest stars of the time. They penned massive hits for artists like Barbra Streisand, Guilty, and Kenny Rogers, Islands in the Stream, proving their versatility and adaptability beyond the disco era. These collaborations allowed the Bee Gees to maintain their relevance in an industry that was shifting rapidly, showcasing their ability to transcend the confines of one genre. The backlash against disco would eventually fade, but it left a mark on the Bee Gees' public image. Yet, rather than being defined by this turbulent period, the group's legacy has endured, with their contributions to both disco and pop music still celebrated today. They proved that their artistry wasn't confined to any one sound or era. The Bee Gees continued to write, record, and perform well into the 1980s and beyond, adapting to new musical trends while maintaining their signature style. Their longevity in the industry, marked by their incredible ability to evolve with the times, ensured that their influence would remain, not just in the annals of disco history, but across multiple generations of music lovers. The Bee Gees' story is a testament to their enduring talent and resilience. Despite facing enormous setbacks, including public scorn during the height of the Disco Sucks movement, they never stopped creating music that connected with audiences. Their ability to move forward after adversity, continually reinventing themselves and expanding their musical range, has secured them a place as one of the most influential musical acts in history. Personal struggles, health and loss. Robin Gibb's life was not only shaped by his immense professional success, but also by significant personal struggles. As he grew older, Robin faced serious health challenges, including a long and painful battle with colon and liver cancer. Fans began to notice his increasingly frail appearance in public, which led to speculation about his health. Eventually, Robin decided to open up about his diagnosis, showing remarkable courage in the face of adversity. "I've always believed in fighting, no matter how hard things get," Robin shared, embodying his determination and resilience. Despite the toll his illness took on his body, Robin remained dedicated to his music. Even during the harshest periods of his treatment, he continued to perform, never letting his health issues stop him from doing what he loved. His passion for music and his commitment to his fans were evident, as he often pushed through the pain to be there for his audience. However, no challenge in Robin's life could match the heartbreak of losing his twin brother, Morris, in 2003. Morris's death was a devastating blow to Robin, both personally and professionally. The two brothers had a deep, unbreakable bond, one that transcended mere family connection. As twins, they had shared not only a musical partnership, but also a lifelong emotional closeness. Robin was candid about the emotional devastation he felt after Morris's passing. "A part of me went with him. We were twins, and that bond was unbreakable," he reflected, speaking of the profound loss that left a void in his life that could never be filled. Maurice's death marked the beginning of a challenging period for Robin, but it also highlighted the incredible strength of his spirit. Despite the heartache, Robin continued to honor his brother's memory through his music, channeling his grief into his work. The loss of Morris, coupled with his own health struggles, tested Robin's resilience in ways few could understand. Yet, through it all, he remained determined to continue the legacy of the Bee Gees, proving that his love for his family and his music would endure even in the face of immense personal hardship. Tracks like "I Started a Joke" and "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart" were reflections of Robin's own struggles and emotional experiences. In interviews, Robin confirmed that many of the group's most poignant songs were indeed deeply personal expressions of his own feelings. These songs were about vulnerability, about feeling broken and searching for hope, he explained. "They were my way of processing everything I was going through." These words shed light on the emotional depth behind some of the Bee Gees' most beloved tracks. Songs like "I Started a Joke," with its melancholy lyrics and haunting melody, and "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart," which is filled with raw emotional yearning, were not just works of art. They were cathartic expressions of Robin's inner world during challenging times. Robin's ability to channel raw, unfiltered emotion into his music became one of his defining qualities. His vulnerability resonated with listeners, making the Bee Gees' music timeless and deeply relatable. It was this emotional honesty, combined with the group's masterful songwriting and harmonies, that allowed their songs to transcend generations. Robin's willingness to confront pain and personal hardship through music is what gave the Bee Gees' catalog its lasting emotional impact. For fans, these songs became more than just tunes to sing along to. They were anthems of struggle, hope, and healing, crafted by an artist who poured his soul into every note. This unique blend of emotional depth and musical craftsmanship is what continues to make the Bee Gees' music so enduring. Even in the face of personal challenges, Robin's ability to create music that spoke to the heart of the human experience remains one of his greatest legacies. Legacy and reflection. In the years following his passing in 2012, Robin's legacy has only grown. The 2020 documentary, The Bee Gees, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?, brought renewed attention to the group's incredible journey, and Robin's words from archival interviews resonated deeply with fans. Reflecting on his career, Robin once said, "We weren't just a band, we were storytellers. Our music wasn't about us. It was about connecting with people and giving them something to hold on to. His candid reflections have given fans a new appreciation for the Bee Gees' music and the resilience it took to create it. What we all suspected. So, what was the truth Robin finally confirmed? It's this. The Bee Gees' music was born out of their shared experiences, the love, the pain, and the struggles they faced together as a family. Behind the fame and the hits was a story of perseverance, creativity, and an unbreakable bond between brothers. Robin's reflections remind us that even the brightest stars have their shadows, and it's often in those shadows that the most beautiful art is created. Robin Gibb's revelations have given fans a new perspective on his life and music, solidifying his place as one of the greatest storytellers in modern history. So, what do you think about Robin's journey? Did his words resonate with you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of a music legend, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories like this. There's plenty more to come. Stay tuned. Beats.